Hi everyone, Emily Letran here, your high performance coach, and I'm back to my routine here after coming back from the UK. This morning I went to my networking event with a group of women. The group has about 22 women. It's called Wings, Women Inspired Networking Group. So it's 7 to 8:30 every Wednesday morning. I went back there. They all welcome me because I kind of miss it for the past 2 weeks. Actually just the past week, and it was great to share my experience in the UK, and it's great to see that people miss you when you're not there, and they're eager for you to share your experience and your story. And then after that, when I got back to my office, I got a speaking slot on a telesummit with Tonya Hoffman of the Public Speaker Association. She had already invited me to come and speak at her event at the beginning of July for the Public Speaker Association in Vegas, which is exciting because last year I went there as an attendee. I made a connection with her. We talked and we exchanged our expertise, and she agreed to invite me to speak at the event. So that's great. And then there was a webinar with Bernie Dorman, the CEO of CEO Space, where he was talking about some marketing strategies on getting people get excited about learning, because every one of us should be on that journey to learn. And so he was talking about marketing strategies. And then after that, there was another it's like a coaching call with one of the experts who had invited me on the Zoom conference. So he was coaching somebody online, and I was able to just kind of observe him and see the questions he's asked on these coaches, how or why and how they want to take their coaching to the next level. But backtrack a little bit. At 9 o'clock this morning, I had my coaching call with my mentor Sharon Lecter, and she reminded me that I kept saying on the Facebook Live that I'm a student, right? Which I am. And she reminded me that I am a lifelong student, which all teachers are lifelong students, and that I love to teach what I learn. And I'm sure you have all seen that in me, but just let me make it official that I'm also a teacher, I'm a coach, and I love to teach what I learn. And a lot of times what I learn are learning from other experts, learning from mentor coaches, and learning from my own experience. And that's what I love to do, is to share that knowledge with the people around me, whether they're in the same industry or not. Last night I had one of my meetup, which is marketing for business owners in the San Gabriel Valley, in conjunction with GKIC, and I met a lady who has been working for more than 20 years in the corporate world, and she has all these vast connection with people who own franchises, 7-Eleven and Subway and all of those. And so she's been working with them for 20 years. She's been working in business development, but her passion is really in team development. So we had this conversation where she had just left that corporate job and started on her own, and now she wants to do the business development, and then she also loves to do the people part. And then she's trying to figure out what her tagline is on her business card, because she gave me her business card and it just say her name and it's consulting. So I was giving her some tips, some ideas on how she should, not so much branding herself, but have a name and have a tagline where people would understand what her expertise or her focus is. Because once she comes into a corporation, she can always do more than that one thing. But when you first meet people, you don't want to tell them I do 10 things, because all of that would do is just to confuse the person, and the person won't act on anything. So we had a great conversation on that, and she realized that she is new at this. She's been working for corporate for a long time. She got those 20 years of experience. She got all these great connections, but she is new as an entrepreneur. And so she was very thankful that I had shared my ideas. And that brings me to a point, because sometimes when we've been doing something for a long time. We're already an expert at that. When we start something new, what we need to do is step back and realize that we need to start as a student. So that way we won't make that many mistakes. That way we will invest the time, the effort, the money to learn the new trade or the new trick, so we can shortcut that curve on whatever new project that we're working on. And that's what I see is sometimes when people start something new, they just rush into it. They just want to do it. They just want to apply whatever they already know over here to over there, and sometimes it's not the same thing. Marketing, let's say, is the same for a lot of businesses. Marketing to the right target, the message to the right business, the timing of the message, the delivery of the message, all of that make a difference. So, and that comes into learning, and that comes into what I teach, which is also marketing to grow your business. So my upcoming event in July 15, 16, on the first day, we're going to concentrate on high performance strategies, which are clarity, energy, productivity, courage, and influence. We're gonna go over each one of those more in depth. We're gonna share stories, share experiences. I'm gonna have experts speaking on those particular topics. And then on the second day, it's all about marketing. But it's marketing in the sense that it's not just about, send out this postcard or write this marketing message. It's about looking at the whole thing, how you market yourself, how you market your business, how you market to the community, how you leverage what you do, whether it's writing a book or whether it's doing philanthropy. You leverage that to market yourself. You're doing the philanthropy from the good part of your heart, definitely. But how do you leverage that? So that when people know about you, they know that you're doing all these other things and you're not just a dentist or just a coach or an optometrist or just a doctor or just a lawyer. That you are more than just that. And that's a compliment actually I got a couple of years ago when I attended CEO Space. I was sitting at a table next to Aaron Young, and he is the CEO of Laughlin Associates. And some of you, when you're doing your incorporation, you might have encountered that particular company because they are all over the States. And he said, well, so you say you're a dentist. Whatever you're doing right now, you are more than a dentist. That's how I see you. And I told him, yeah, absolutely, I'm more than a dentist. I'm still trying to figure out what other things that I'm doing, because this was a couple of years ago. And so what I encourage everybody is, follow those dreams, follow those passion, figure out what it is that makes you get excited, right? Because sometimes something that you've been doing for so long, it's great, but it may not be the one that make you excited. What is it that you think you're going to do to the rest of your life? That you want to do, not that you have to do, right? Like you don't have to do it to make money, but you would love to do it because that's your passion. That's what ignites you. And once you figure that out, invest the time and the effort and the money to learn that part. Because when you're doing it, and if you have less challenges, it's going to be a whole lot more exciting than if you go into it and you just got a lot of difficulties, and then at some point you give up, and then many years down the line you regret because you say, you know what, yeah, that was my passion, I should have followed it. I work with a lot of business owners who tend to share that kind of story. I used to do this, I wanted to do this, but because of this, now I'm not doing that anymore. And then people ask me, well, why are you doing so many things? Well, if there's so many things that make me excited, then I'm going to do them all. Of course, I will prioritize them as to which one I want to spend more time, which one is more important for me to grow, whether it's to grow revenue or to grow, a position of expert. Which one is more important right now? That's the one I'm going to focus on. But if I can figure out the schedule and how I allocate time and be dedicated to that without killing myself, getting tired, getting exhausted, because I know how to renew my energy during the day, then I'm going to go ahead and do that all. That's just me, and my passion is to show other people that it can be done because I've done it. That it just take some focusing, it takes some clarity, it takes some commitment, and then I will show you how to do it, because again, I've done it. So if you want it bad enough, you'll be able to do it, and I'm here to share with you some strategies, to share with you the ways that I've learned. It's not the only way, it's the best way. No, I'm just kidding. It's not the only way. It's one of the way, and it's the way that it has worked for me. And I think at the age of 49, I think I've done a fair amount of work, and I think I do have a point to share this, and I hope you will join me to learn it, because if you're at a point where you're doing well, but there's something missing inside, that you feel that you are really meant for something bigger, it's time to actually dig a little bit, and dig a little bit with the right person. You know, I'm not talking about just pouring your heart out to somebody. It's about pouring your heart out to someone who understands you and who would want you to get to that next level. The next level may not be the next best thing in that particular field. It may be something else. Actually, one of my friends that I met in the UK, that was what she shared with me. She's very successful. She's doing multiple things, but she told me that, you know, there's something missing. I feel like I should do something else. I feel like there's something more to life than this. And in our conversation, you know, she ended up telling me other stories about her family and what's kind of bugging her, and, you know, things that she kind of not need to free herself from. And I'm talking about that. I'm talking about looking into your life, reflecting on what you've done so far, making sure that you're happy with where you're at, making sure that you're happy with the way you're living your life, because if not, we need to figure out what you want, and then we need to design your life so that way, the way that your life is going on, the way you live your life, it's going to make you happier. It's not about having more money, having more material. It really is about what you really want deep down, and how much that actually means to you, whether it's to you or to your family, to your children, to people around you, and actually pursuing that. And I think that's when life becomes exciting. That's when life becomes, you know, you get surprises, right? You get the surprise you asked for. You know, like I was asking to be a speaker so I can spread my message, and now the schedule is like filled with speaking engagement, which is great, because it's going to help me spread my message. But then it gets pretty busy too. So I wrote an article on LinkedIn. I'm going to revisit it and talk more about it, which is, you know, you're going to get what you ask for. So make sure whatever you're asking for is what you really want, because once it all comes to you, then make sure that you take the time to cherish those opportunities, because, you know, life will give you what you ask for, but make sure that you will make the most out of it. Right? Don't let the opportunities come and then you just let it pass by, because sometimes it won't come again. And always be ready. So, well, I thought I'd share with you about that, about learning, about teaching, about making sure that, you know, if you're starting something new, even though you have a lot of experience, to make sure that you're going to spend the time to learn all the new strategies in this new project, so you don't come over here and get frustrated and give up and get upset and get unhappy. And it might be something that you're passionate about, right? But we have to give it our all in order to get that fruit of success at the very end. And so hopefully, if you're doing multiple things, you give it a fair amount of time learning, and so that way you can actually do it well, just like whatever, you know, your regular job, your regular trade that you've been doing for many years. And I just realized I learned that last night when I was talking to this lady, that, you know, she's great, she's real passionate. I can tell it in the way she talks and in her voice and her facial expression. That is what she really wanted to do for herself. But when I ask her some very simple questions You know, what kind of time frame are you planning to do? If you're writing a proposal, how much time are you going to give to this company, and then how much time do you have left to give to that company, and what is your fee structure, and how are you going to market yourself? These very basic questions for you to start a business. She didn't have the answer for. I guess I gave her a lot of homework from the meetup, because I told her, imagine if I'm your potential customer and you're pitching me. I'm going to ask you all these questions, and you need to be able to, you need to be ready. You need to know what the answer is, and you need to be able to give it to me and convince me that you are the best candidate for the job, that what you provide are the absolute most value for whatever I'm paying, right? Because a lot of time people are going to be looking at, okay, I'm paying you X dollars, what am I going to get back? And it may not be 2x, 3x, 5x. It may just be peace of mind. You know, you come in and help me, and now I'm going to have the peace of mind that my organization is in a better place, and then I can go on and do other things. So give that some thought. If you're starting a business, if you're revamping your business, if you're restructuring your business, or even if you just say, okay, I'm going to just evaluate my business today, right? Because remember, whatever you measure will improve. And so if you look at your business from a different perspective, from a different set of eyes, from some fresh ideas, there's always room for improvement. And the best thing is to go and learn it with somebody who has done it well before, and learn it from a group of experts where they come from different industries, and they can share their ideas and their strategies, so you can learn everything in one sitting, in one place. Well, I hope to see you at my next seminar. It's going to be on July 15th, 16th in Costa Mesa, California. I'm going to post a link. You can click on that and sign up for the event. I hope to see you there, and I hope you have a great evening. I'm going to be running some errands, and then I got to go pick up my kids from the track banquet, and then he already texted me that, oh, after the banquet, can we go to Target, because tomorrow we are having some year-end party in 2 classes. So I guess after 9 p.m. I'm going to be going to Target to shop for some fun snacks. I will talk to you later. Have a great evening, and have a wonderful rest of the week ahead.